What should I do?
Ah, ich weiß.
Hallo und willkommen, ich bin Meister Lenz and you're watching Get Germanized. Unspoken rules everyone should follow. Not everyone does, but everyone should. I would say let's get started right away, lasst uns anfangen. When you use the last piece of toilet paper, for God's sakes, buy new toilet paper. It's easy, it's not that hard. Don't spoil an apology with an excuse. Don't say, I'm really sorry, es tut mir wirklich leid. Es tut mir wirklich, wirklich leid. And then say, but it's only because you did that. No, just don't do it. Next up, buy a plunger before you need it, because once you need it, it's probably already too late if you don't have it. In Germany, we call this der Pömpel. Next up, don't swipe right or left like on a dating platform when someone shows you a photo on their phone. It's just considered so rude and it makes you feel terrible. Next up, go to the bathroom first. Whatever you do, go to the bathroom first. General rule. Take your towel, go to the bathroom first. Next up, if you borrow someone's car, fill it up with gas before you give it back. It's just common sense and polite. Which brings us to the next point, leave everything in better condition than you found it, if possible. If you go out with a group of people to dine at a restaurant, for example, only the person that ordered the cheapest meal can ask to split the bill. Otherwise, well, it's just rude. Next up, don't listen to music on a speaker if you're out and about. Not everyone wants to listen to your taste of music. Don't leave a toilet stall after you made a complete mess of it. Clean it up. Leave it in a better condition than you found it, if possible. Next up, you can be wrong sometimes and there's no shame in admitting that. If you made a mistake, apologize for it. Next up, don't make a drama at a funeral. If something happened between some of the people there and you, leave it for the moment. It doesn't matter anymore. At least not at that point in time, especially not to the people grieving. Just don't do it. Next up, chew with your mouth closed. I cannot believe how many people still chew with their mouths open and talk while doing so. In addition to that, it's just disgusting. Next up, don't make fun of people's laughter. They cannot control what they sound like, especially if they're super happy, and nothing sucks more than someone telling you you sound funny or stupid when you just had the time of your life and were super happy 1 second before that. Next up, don't leave your shopping cart at the middle of the aisle in a grocery store. It's just so annoying. People have to maneuver around or maybe even ask you, could you please move your shopping cart? I don't get this behavior. Why? Next up, if you borrow something from someone for the third time, you should just buy it yourself. It's just impolite at this point to borrow something that often, or even more times than that. You appear cheap, greedy, and not really like a good friend. Next up, if you cancel a meeting with your friend, you are responsible for rescheduling it. Don't wait until they make another offer. Just say, hey, do you maybe have time next week instead? Don't just say, no, I can't, and leave. Next up, don't propose to someone at someone else's wedding. Even if you're not proposing to the bride or the groom, it's still impolite to take away one's thunder. Next up, don't smoke in a place where you're not allowed to smoke. It's common sense, and don't smoke when someone's eating, or just don't smoke. It's 2022. It's time to stop. Next up, always leave one urinal between you and the other user if there's enough room. Nothing is more awkward than someone thinking you want to look at their private parts while doing your business. No. Next up, be nice to service staff, to your doctor, to your waiter, whoever it is. Just don't be rude to them just because you're in a bad mood. It also shows other people that you're not really a good person. Next up, get out and then get in. For example, if you're on an elevator or on a train, you leave and let other people in, and then you go back in. Sometimes in Japan, because trains were so crowded, this has cost me a few minutes because the train was full after I wanted to get back in. But most times this will not happen and you appear more polite than anything else. Next up, walk on the right side of the sidewalk. I know this is difficult because not everyone follows that rule, but imagine if everyone did. Wow. Next up, pass on the left side of the elevator and wait on the right. Similar with stairs, walk on the right side of the stairs. And last but not least, treat everyone with respect. You never know what a person is going through. Don't bully, don't be an a-hole, just don't. Okay? Okay. Thank you for watching this video. If you have more points to add to this list, or if you disagree with me, what? Then let me know in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and watch another video of mine or another video here. And apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.